But now the moment I start shrinking, I would have anxiety attacks. Because I can literally feel what I'm supposed to feel, but I am forcing my body to shut down and experience life in the surface level. Have you ever walked into a room, performed so well, yani you performed so well, that everyone was just amazed by your aura, your charisma, how you're dressing, how you look. But then once you get home, you don't even remember who you used to be. You don't even remember who you are anymore. That's what we're talking about today. And as a person who is extremely tired of performance, I think that's something I really want to talk about today. Why was I even feeling the need to perform? I've asked myself that question for so long and I haven't even gotten an answer. Of course I have an idea, but I don't have an actual answer, like why did I feel the need to perform? Why did I always feel like I need to look a certain way, sound a certain way for me to fit in? Why did I even feel like I need to even shrink some sides of me to be accepted? Was it because I had an audience, or was it because I was insecure? Let's talk about insecurity, because for me, I think mine really lies so much into the insecurity side more than... I have a very unique way of thinking. If I say that, people will understand. The way I see life, my view of life, how I experience emotions, how I see things, I am completely different. I know I have a world. I know there are people who do that the same way as I do. But it has always been very different. I see life in a more, I won't say delusional, but my life is very intense. My world is a bit deep. My world is a bit real, very raw. I actually connect with people by the texture of their existence, by the texture of their authenticity, by the texture of their heart, their soul. That's how I connect with people. I would barely see a good thing like this is a good thing. I'll only feel like this is a good thing. Like I feel like you're such a good person. I feel like this is such a beautiful... The art. I'm that person who really connects with people's expressions a lot. And now growing with nonchalance. You nonchalance messed me up. Of course, you nonchalance did me dirty. And growing up with nonchalance, I realized that I always sounded weird. Till date, I always sound weird when I'm with my family, because I'll always say, you smell like pure water. I'll say like, I always tell my husband he smells like pure water. I just don't know. That's how I feel. I'll just feel like someone smells like a rock. And trust me, their personality matches how I feel or how I find their texture. I always feel like there's such a heavy texture to people's personality, mostly when they are very raw. And there's no one who has become something so great or something so significant that doesn't have a texture, because until you're able to let your whole self out, until you're able to not be tameable enough, you can literally tame yourself to not go in the wrong direction but to the right direction, because every single thing you are is meant to build something. It's uniquely built for you for something great, something different than someone else's. And I've always felt like people who are known, people who are at that higher level, they have such a raw texture, you know. So I think because people didn't really understand what I say, people didn't really get what I mean, how I see life, how I hear things, because when you're talking, I barely hear what you're saying. I always hear more than what you're saying. I always listen to more, like I listen to a lot more. So people are like, focus on what I'm saying. I'm like, no, I can't focus. I can't just do that willingly. I just get to hear more. And every single time that I used to talk, people really found me weird. And sometimes I'll just be silent and enjoy the space. I know people say that's creepy. I know what I feel, that's not creepy. What I feel, that's them. So I'm just going to say this. So with time, I feel like I need to stop saying how I feel. I need to start shrinking my desire, shrinking my emotions. Sometimes my emotions can get very intense, like extremely, extremely intense. I feel like it's high time I start not giving that room. But not the moment I start shrinking, I would have anxiety attacks. Because I can literally feel what I'm supposed to feel, but I'm forcing my body to shut down and experience life in the surface level. Okay? And with time, I realized that I just want a more quieter experience. And a quieter experience to me sounded like, if this one dresses blue, I can also dress blue and look normal. If this one dresses pink, I can also dress pink and look normal. And with time, I realized that my own authenticity is becoming quieter. I've just become so quiet every single time. I'm just becoming very quiet to a point that I couldn't really feel who I used to be anymore. And that really made me so empty. It really made me so empty. At some point when I was in high school, I used to do a very good speeches, and I used to like go to national levels because of just speeches. I'll just sit down, write something. Of course, it's very intense because when nikiwaambia mimi experience life from a very intense level. When I write to you, because I used to write stories and I would give those stories, people would be like, no, please write another one and then let it go around school. To a point I could charge, because if I write a story and then people are like, no, write the next part, write the third part, write the fourth part. But right now I don't even read books. I haven't even, yes, I'm finding myself, but I don't even read books. When I used to write scripts, and then they could go around school. Because now the scripts I used to write, they used to be so dramatic and so intentional. Trust me, if I meet you today, my view will be so dramatic to a point to be like, did that happen in real life or in a movie? I always see things differently. I'll be like, let me tell you, the dress was like this, it was flowing, and then it was just like, I'll just give you a story and then you'll be wondering, is that a real thing? Is that a real experience? That's just how I experience life. And because of the fact that I thought that's a wrong thing, I really shrink myself. So for 10 years, since then till date, for 10 years, I have been living someone else's life. I literally shut me down. I shut my emotions down. I shut my mind down. I shut everything down. And now I started following, like, if this person does this and then people love them, then I could do this, and then I wouldn't sound weird. Until this year, I thought to myself, like, I have had enough. I can't perform anymore. Yes, to people I look good. Yes, to everyone I look normal. But to me, I feel sick. I am becoming so sick. I can't stand this anymore. I can't even stand how people see me anymore. I don't even care anymore how people see me. I don't care anymore if people accept me. All I want to do is breathe. All I want to do is live. All I want to do is get a chance to have me live again. And I knew this year I'm going to do anything that it takes to be that. And I told God, this year I am telling you that I'm going to make mistakes, because I'm going to allow a side of me that I shut so long ago, and I don't even know how to handle that side anymore. I am going to allow myself to walk through the mess of refinding myself. And boy, oh boy, have I not. Trust me, I have so many times. I have had moments where I can't even hold my emotions anymore. I've had moments where I can't even stop my mind from running. I can't stop my hand from writing. Of course, I haven't been able to get back to that stable side where I can do things that I loved to do, or I can write things like I used to write. Because right now there's so much conditioning and limitations that have happened in between the years that forces me to not go a certain direction. Because I used to write a lot of romantic scripts, a lot of them. Like, I used to write amazing, trust me, they were amazing. But now here I am, and now that I've started a movement of women, this is all I'm seeing. I'm seeing people who live for others. I've seen people who live in performance all their lives, and then later on in bed, when alone, they cry over the authenticity they buried. They cry over what they've covered with performance. They cry over the desire to dress a certain way. They cry over their own heart, their own mind. They cry over their own visions that don't fit the world they performed for. And one of the saddest things I've come to learn is that most people perform so much that sometimes their inner self becomes too quiet to be heard again. And because of our seasons in life, they never ever get a chance to revisit that again. The dreams, the visions, the free soul, the liberation of being you, the liberation of thinking like you. We have sat so much under systems that we no longer work side to side with systems. Right now, all we do is just hide under systems. We hide under people who are brave visions, the brave ones. We hide under their visions for relevance, trying to fight. Tuko kwa kanisa za wenyewe tunasema kanisa haifai kukua hivi, oh sijui biashara haifai kukua hivi. You are hiding under someone else's vision. You want their vision to look like yours, the one that is in your mind. That can't happen at all. They are running their own visions, how God is helping them run. You have to wake up, hold your own vision, hold it dear to your heart, be faithful in someone else's vision, the same way you want them faithful to your own vision. But being that person who have always complained about other people's visions looking a certain way, simply because it didn't fit my own idea of the vision, and I wasn't brave enough to show up and run my own, I forgive you. I forgive you if mostly you judge my BBM. Please don't judge my vision. Beauty Beyond Makeup. Yes, so I think I want to talk about performance. And I am so scared of women who are going to lose themselves. I am really, really scared of women who are going to lose themselves in systems to a point where they will lose their voice forever. Don't lose your voice. Don't lose your voice. It is meant to heal a certain generation. It's meant to heal a certain world. It's a voice meant for someone, even if it's one. It's a voice meant for someone. So it is important for you to do anything it takes for you to find that vision back, for you to find that dream back.